Before we begin today's video, I'll start with a lovely speech that's close to my heart. Being an employee as a man for a long term, it's gay. There's nothing wrong with having a job, but being comfortable with a job, that's gay. Because you like being dominated, you like being led. You were born to become a leader. You were born so that you can lead as a man. And this is why I left my high paying job, my six-figure paying job as a supervisor. After they've offered me another opportunity to become a manager, I've left, I've resigned. I've never been fired. As a man, if you knock off from your job and you're comfortable kicking your feet up at your house or at your mother's basement, you're comfortable with that, you're gay. There's something wrong with you because you like being dominated. Men are called to be leaders. This is why the Tyrons, the Pookie and Ray Rays are attractive to women. You know why? Because they take shit from no one. As a man, you are born to innovate. You are born to bring stuff on earth that don't exist yet. You are born so that God can do things through you. How are you going to be able to do that when you have a boss, when you need a leader, when you haven't become a man yet? You're still a male. You're not supposed to be comfortable in a job. That's your process. And in life, you're going to be tested. This is why men who've never been through hardships, they are weak. They don't deserve to have followers. They don't deserve to have influence. But society is kind of like letting them pass, giving them a pass. And I'm in my transformation journey. Me, as I speak, I'm in my transformation journey. I'm telling you, I just left my job because why? I was losing my masculine traits. I was becoming a two-faced bitch. I was kind of like biting my tongue, like, oh, I cannot say this. Oh, this is not politically correct. Oh, I have to succumb to the policy of the company. Oh, I cannot offend people. Oh, I want to fit in. Oh, I want to be liked. This is how they speak, even as a supervisor. Now, mind you, I said it to say this. I wasn't like one of these weaklings who kind of like people walking all over. No, no, that's not how it is. I know how to command respect. I know how to get respect from people. But the thing is, I was biting my tongue for so long. I was becoming feminine. I was becoming a feminine bitch. I cannot be straightforward as a man. I was kind of like, you know what? I want to say this. I want to call this bitch fat. I want to tell her like how wrong she is. But I had to like, you know what? That's uncivilized. That's kind of like let me calm down. This is why the Tyrons are fucking your girls in the toilets at the workplace, and you are busy like being comfortable at the job, being an employee. I'm telling you, fellas, some of you think a job is your end all be all. You think a job it's your God. It's supposed to be your God. You're supposed to. When you have a boss, you are feminine, and this is why Marquett excels at this thing. Like this is why he's good at being a YouTuber in life. He's good at being himself. And I'm not glazing him or whatever. Like when someone is good at something, give them their props, give them their flowers. He has been tested. Okay, he has been through some shit. You can look a man in his eye and tell like yeah he's a G. He's a killer. This is the most important component to becoming a man. You have to go through shit in order to be the shit. And this guy over here, he's never been through shit. I'm assuming that he was an employee, I guess. Maybe he started his journey off just like me, but he's never been tested before. This is why it's vital to not fear challenges. I'd rather die on my fucking feet than to live on my fucking knees in a fucking job, in a comfortable paying job where I don't have anything that's of my own. You have to start building for your name, your brand. As a man, where is that ego? Where is that energy? Where is that light from within that's supposed to light the city, light the world through you? Where is it? The overwhelming majority of males have been cut out. You guys have been castrated. Just like I was feeling, I was being castrated in that job. I felt it like, you know what? Yeah, it's nice here. Like they're offering me another position to become manager. It's nice. A lot of people would have died in my position. Would have felt like, you know what, I've made it in life. This is a six-figure paying job. I've made it. I don't need to elevate. I don't need to change nothing. When I go home, I kick my feet up. I eat my snacks. I eat my food. My girlfriend is here. I have a nice apartment. Shit like that. Those things they make men weak. You become weak. They sell you a dream. That's like crumbs. A lot of you are settling for crumbs. You've never had the whole bread. You've never seen the whole bread. You don't have a vision. You guys are settling for crumbs, and the things that we settle for, they disgust God. God is kind of like looking down on us, like, you're impressed by that? You think this is success? You think you're doing well in life? You don't know what I have in store for you. You're settling for less than I created you for. Listen, man, this guy over here, I think his name is LMD, I guess. He's never been tested. He's never went through fire. And we are going to see that. And this is important. You can set your time on it. Each and every one of us, we are going to be tested in life. And when it's time for you to be tested, that's not the time for you to be training. Make sure as a man you're always training. You're supposed to be furious and working on your weaknesses and making sure that you understand yourself, making sure that you are who you say you are, because you will be tested. All of us will be tested, including myself. I will be tested in this life. I will be tested. Whatever that I claim to be, whatever that I am, I will be tested. Each and every one of us will be tested. And the beautiful thing about that, that's a time for you to just flex, to show like, you know what, yeah, I am who I say I am. But if you've never been tested before, this might be the first time this guy is being tested. This is why he's crumbling. This is why he folded. This is why he was biting his tongue. Even if he was communicating with females, they are not stronger than him, but he's afraid. This is what having a job does to you. It makes you afraid. If I say something that's out of pocket, I might get fired. And this is why Marquett excels at this. Because I guess, like, according to what he says through the internet, he says he never had a job, he never had a boss. And that's a wonderful thing as a man. That's a beautiful thing as a man, because you can express yourself freely. You can be free. You don't have fear. There's no one who's holding a check at the end of the month and kind of like intimidating you and telling you how to live your life. Hey, don't say that. Hey, don't, that's not politically correct. Hey, don't do that. Hey, you're supposed to wake up at this time. Hey, we go to lunch. If you've never had a boss, you are free. If you've never had a boss, it's easy for you to become a boss, because people who have bosses, they've been castrated. They cannot handle being a boss. It's okay. It's okay. Don't take this out of proportion. Don't shift the goalpost, fellas. In the comment section below, I don't want you guys blowing me up. It's okay to have a job as long as it's for a short term. You going back home and kicking your feet up, that time is over with. There's no way you're going to be yourself. Not even like to impress others. You're not going to be yourself. There's no way you're going to be yourself as a man while least you have a job, while least you have a boss. Impossible. Impossible. Because they train you to be a slave. They train you to benefit the company, to benefit the slave machine. They train you so that you can be so good to them, but so bad to yourself. They train you so that you can be so fake. So I'm saying that to say this, guys. I'm going to be reacting to this video, and one of the biggest thing that I've seen that causes this guy to fumble is because he was an employee, I guess. I hope you guys get the gist of this video. I hope you guys don't settle as an employee. Don't, even if it's a high paying job, as long as you have a boss, it's gay. It's gay. You need to start your own thing as a man. You need to be the boss. Your word needs to be the rule, the shit. When you say, hey, we go this way, people need to go that way. As a man, you're supposed to only submit to God. That's about it. Not to human beings, not to someone else. You need your own thing. Don't be afraid to go through fire, to go through sufferings. Don't be afraid of that. It's part of life. They're going to come either way. You cannot avoid being tested. You make sure that you strengthen your weaknesses. You don't relax. You don't rely on your past successes. Keep on pushing. Keep on putting pressure on yourself. Keep on becoming the best version of yourself. Keep on making sure that you don't settle. You don't become comfortable. Even if you have a house, even if you have certain achievements, put pressure on yourself. You will thank yourself later on in life, because we are all going to be tested in this life. Evil is going to come. Challenges are going to come. You're going to have to walk through fire, whether you like it or not. Even in that job, you might be fired. There's a high possibility that you're going to be fired, especially as a man, because you don't agree with a lot of things that goes on in there. You as a man, you're supposed to bring change to the world, and you're not going to be able to do that if you succumb to whatever that they're saying. If you fit in nicely with them, you're not going to change them or the world by becoming one of them. You as a leader, you're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be a visionary. You're supposed to know things that they don't know. You're supposed to bring change. How are you going to bring change if you are the same as them?
To turn the camera to this broad. You think you're normal? That's called an insult right there. It's in the form of a question, but it's really a statement. What's her statement? Her statement is you ain't shit. You ain't nothing, little buddy. That's her statement. But she formulated it as a question, which means you now have an opportunity to respond. And if you're clever, you can give her a nice little zinger back, shut her down. And the key with conflict in general is if they start off on 20, you start off on 2000, and they generally will back down because most people don't really want any smoke. They're just blustering.
Exactly.
In what sense?
Well, do you think you have healthy?
Now listen to his response. It sounds like he said,
Woman. So
You think you're normal? Exactly.
in what sense?
So that was 2 times. In what sense? Now, on the surface of things, he or she who asks the questions is driving and controlling the conversation. So, in as much as that is the case, then yes, I mean, he's doing a smart thing. But it's a bit foolish when she says, and you think you're normal, when he says, in what sense, my dear boy, let's not make this more complex than it needs to be. And we know that she's insulting you. So, you need not engage her in a dialogue. Rather, you say, am I normal? No, I'm above average, which would make me abnormal. But am I mentally healthy? Yes, I am. And then we could take it from there. You dig? When he gave a weak response, that's just going to get her inflamed. You heard me? Now she ready to hop in. And here's the key to weaklings. Weaklings in Confederacy, they can contend with someone who's strong. And when weaklings sense weakness, oh, they pounce. Shout out to George, comes in by a cash app. Truly appreciate it. Shout out to the real one supporting the work. Carrying on.
Well, do you think you have healthy habits?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Weren't you the same one?
So she then forwards her line of attack. Do you think you have healthy habits? You see, he already should have addressed this by basically answering the question and putting a bookend on it. Now, but instead he asked her a silly question as though he wasn't being attacked. Not that he should have been defensive, but he should have taken the aggressive position, which is the offensive position, non-emotional, but pushing on her. She's coming for blood right now, and she's definitely a little bit.
There's something wrong with this video, fellas. So I'll just have to skip the part where it's kind of like lagging and all that.
In front of a camera displayed on a television screen is that you have control over your emotions, namely, which is to say that, as the Master Sun Tzu points out, it is upon you to stir without being stirred, which is to say, stir her emotions, get her mad, get her more mad. She's already mad. She's offended that you fat shamed her. That's not even a real term, fat shame. She made that up. Attack that. Tell her she's still fat. Yeah, let's get after it. But don't retreat. Don't you ever retreat. We know you're losing the battle when you retreat. So she's mad right now. She's being aggressive. And what's more, she's speaking to something that touches the hearts of many women, which is insecurity. She doesn't want to be attacked based on her body.
And here's another thing, fellas. Women are followers. As soon as you lose to one, all of them, they're watching like, oh, he's weak. For instance, like if you handle one, they are all going to respect you. Okay, if you just like stand up to one bitch, the rest of them, they're going to respect you. That's how it used to be in my workplace. There were some couple of bitches who thought like they were the end all be all, and I had to check them without using my power as a supervisor, without me bringing the paper in and say, hey, sign here, you disrespected me, do this, sign here, sign here. No, without, like, just through conversation, through mannerisms, that just to show you that, hey, I'm not a somebody because I have this title. I'm a somebody even out of this workplace. You will still respect me even out of this place. I don't depend on this job. I don't depend on having this title to back me up as a man. I am who I am, right? So if you check one bitch, if you put one bitch in line, one disrespectful female, if you put her in line, the rest of them are going to respect you. And you're going to have a good reputation. Okay, but if you let that shit slide from one page, all of them, they're going to start walking all over you and disrespecting you and thinking that they they are above you.
So invariably, the girls are going to team up against them. You got to expect that, and that's fine. You're strong enough to deal with them if you're a real man. And what's more, once they see you take that iron fist, you heard me? Yeah, they all gonna respect it. They gonna bow down because they're weak. So once you show strength, they're gonna show weakness. You're showing the strength that's within, they're gonna show the weakness that's within. So she basically said he was fat shaming her. What should he do now? First thing he should do is say, fat shame, what is that? That's not even a real term. And oh, by the way, being fat is shameful. Yes, it's shameful. And then now he's pushed the conversation away from what he did or didn't say. Now we're having a conversation about is being fat shameful. And me, just because I am who I am, I'm like, hey, stand up, shorty. Let's see what you're really working with. Let's see if you're fat. Right now, she looks like a normal size. You heard me? She looked like a normal size sitting down. I don't know. I would, like, shorty, stand up. Let's see what it is.
And that's a smart way to go about it, because now it's like you're putting the ball in her court. Now she has to prove herself. Now she start answering to you. That's how you shift the frame. Instead of you answering to her like she's the teacher, like she's the leader, like she's your mother, you are reporting to her like, hey mom, I did this, and I was sorry, I was wrong. Like, now you're shifting the frame. If you say, hey, stand up, like Marquett says, that's a beautiful way to shift the frame. Now she has to do something. Now she has to act. She has to report to you. You're taking the leadership role. You're putting her under the fire instead of you being on a fire, on a hot seat, and explaining yourself to her like, yeah, like you're her child or something.
Stand up, you stand up.
That's normal from a man, from a stranger to fat shame somebody?
I don't remember.
So she said, do you think it's normal? He said, I don't remember. Well, is it normal? No, it is not normal. It is not.
Now let's speak about like his body language. Okay, let's speak about his body language. And I'm cognizant of such things. Like I'm self-aware. I notice these things a lot. Like I told you, you have to be tested as a man. Don't be afraid to go through fire. And it's easier said than done. But the thing is, life is gonna test you either way, bruh. The longer you be your own boss, the longer you're going to see like there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of, man. You can dominate. I was speaking about the body language, okay? I realized something about the way he's sitting. I see this bitch behavior in myself sometimes, but I'm cognizant of it. I catch myself and I correct myself when I'm sitting like a bitch like this, touching your face. I do these things, okay? I do these things. Why? Because I had a job, because I was trained to be afraid of Uncle Sam. If I act out of pocket, they're going to pull the rug out of me, they're going to fire me, and I have nowhere to run, I have nothing to depend on. This is deep in psychology, bro. This is ingrained in your psyche. They train you to be a little nice cupcake. When you have a job, that's how they train you, a nice little cupcake. Don't go out of line or we're going to fire you. Don't act out of pocket or we're going to take that salary away from you. You're going to starve. You're going to be poor if you act out of pocket. They dangle those few chains, those feet change, the notes, okay, the currency. They dangle it in front of your eyes. You see this? If you misbehave, you are taking this away. We are taking this away from you. You're going to be poor. And this is what keeps men afraid, insecure, and at the bottom, and just not being able to own up to your own body. Having a job, having a boss, you are being castrated. This is it right here. I don't know. I don't know this guy personally. I'm just making a comment because I see these things in myself. As a man, you need to be tested. Don't be afraid to go through fire. Be your own man. How come you don't feel the shame of walking through and you see someone's name in that company, not yours, and you're going to go to sleep nicely, like there's no problems, you don't have any nightmares, you don't see anything wrong with that at all, like at all. You think that's normal. You think as a man you're supposed to be a follower. God entrusted you so much. Like, God has invested in men. God has brought men on this earth so that they can be dominators. just like him, as he is king in heaven, we are supposed to be kings on earth. God trusts us with that authority. Okay, men, he trusts us with being leaders. He has given us dominion, not religion. God has given us dominion over each and everything on earth except one another. So how are you going to go to sleep at night knowing that you have a boss and you don't have something that you're working on the side? You're just comfortable. That's gay. You guys are gay. You're being castrated right in front of your eyes. This is why your woman is going to cheat on you. You don't arouse her. There's nothing about you that says power or danger or dominance or a leader. You're just accepting things as they are instead of taking what you want in this life. So fellas, I'm out, man. I'm not going to keep this video long. That's what I wanted to comment about. Go watch the whole video. I will share the link in the description if you want to watch the whole video. But fellas, don't settle for a job, even if it's a high paying job. You're supposed to build your own thing. You are the light of this world. You are the salt of this world. Be salt to the wounds, man. Be the soap to their eyes. Be the leader that you were born to be, bro. Stop settling for less. And don't be afraid to go through fire. Don't cock up. Don't fold when things go difficult. That's part of life. That's part of life. I'm out, man. Hit the subscribe button and the like button so that we can reset the algorithm. I want men to stand up. I'm tired of seeing men. This is why the hooligans, the criminals, they're getting all the girls. Because there's no way they're going to accept the boss. There's no way they're going to take shit from no one. And that's appealing to women. That's attractive. Women want leaders. In order to become a leader, you have to be the leader, not the follower in your 9 to 5 and pretend to be a leader when you're at home. Choose the struggle. Choose your struggle. There's no way you're going to play both parts to perfection. One foot in, one foot out. Fuck out of here. Choose one. Choose your struggle. It's either you are gay in your job, nice, comfortable. It's either you are gay or you are a real G. Spread your wings. Don't be afraid of anything. Especially in 2025. There's a lot of opportunities out here. I'm out.